Hey everyone, I really appreciate all the feedback I've gotten on my QR code post, but I wanted to do a little demo of how you can use QR codes without mobile devices. And that's one of the things that the feedback that I've gotten is, what do you do when kids don't have mobile devices? And frankly, that's the situation that a lot of us are in. In the district that I'm in, kids aren't allowed to use their mobile devices, or that they don't have them supplied in the building. So that doesn't mean we have to limit ourselves in the use of QR codes. It just means we have to be a little creative. And so one of the cool things that I saw in a video yesterday was a desktop version of the QR reader using a webcam. And so I did a little bit of searching around, and I found this program called QR Reader that sits on your desktop that you can use to read QR codes. Now, you could set this up as a station in your classroom. The example I saw was in a library, so I'll show you why in just a second of how that can work really well in a library. But this program runs on Adobe Air. Very simple to install. It's completely free. In fact, it only took me, once I got Air installed, which took about 30 seconds, only took me about 20 seconds to get QR Reader installed. So basically, it's a little program, sits right here on your desktop. You do have to have a webcam, and on this machine I actually have two webcams, and so I'll show you how that works here in a second. So I'm going to double click and open up, and here first you see the webcam that's built into the machine, so there I am. You could use the QR Reader with this webcam. It's going to be a little bit difficult. The best thing to do is to actually use a handheld digital camera that you basically you just hold in your hand, or that if you were able to set it up and you could mount it in such a way, you could do it that way. So I'm going to switch over to a handheld cam, and you see with this clicking the little gear here, you have a couple options. I have my built-in camera, but I'm going to use this other USB camera, and you have a couple options, like you can open the URL automatically, and you can even have it make a beep sound like you do at the grocery store. So I'm going to actually open up this webcam, and here I have a QR code, and I'm going to center this right over the top, and you see immediately, pretty much without any effort, I get a link, and when I click the link, opens right up to my department's podcast page that I helped create. So how could you use this with a book? Well, one of the examples that I saw yesterday was how you could use these in books. So this is a book I have, and I know it's backwards, but this is Steve Johnson, EdTech Steve on Twitter's book, Digital Tools for Teaching. So let's say I'm a kid and I come across this book, and in the front of the book I see this code, and if I'm a media coordinator or a tech coordinator or whatnot, I can put these in the books and then have students could create podcasts, they could create video trailers. There's a really cool website, 60-Second Recap, that will recap that will do little intro trailers to the books for you that you could have kids create. But I'm a kid, I could take this over to my QR station and line up my code. And in this case, I have it taking me right out to the Amazon page for Steve's book. And so then I can read more about that, get some reviews and whatnot. And again, you could use these with kids exactly the same way. So QR codes, that's one way you could use them in your classroom. If you have if you have your students doing a project, you could set up, just a laptop with a webcam, and kids could come over, scan the QR code that's part of their project, get more information. One of the other ideas I've seen is you could set these up all over the building, and you could do a scavenger hunt kind of thing where, down each hallway or in the office, you could have these QR codes that kids could scan, and they could get the next clue or the next treasure that they might have. So definitely go in and check those out, and we'll have more ideas on the blog post. Thanks.